What's going on YouTube? Uberman here. And it seems that recently there has been a spike, or at least a spike in people complaining about getting terminated by Uber for impaired driving, driving under the influence. Now, a lot of times passengers, and it's sad, it really is, but a lot of times a passenger wants to get a free ride, or let's say you have a disagreement with a passenger just doesn't like you. Believe it or not, many times, some of these passengers will go so far as to contact Uber and say that it appeared that you were impaired, that they could smell alcohol or they could smell marijuana, and that you were driving in a reckless manner and appeared to be impaired. Now, Uber takes this very, very seriously. Obviously, they have to. But a lot of drivers are coming to me on this channel and in the Uberman Driver Network on Facebook, and they're saying, hey, Uberman, help. I didn't do it. In fact, the most recent one was just the other day, and it was in the Uberman Driver Network, and I really felt for this guy. He has been driving, he took 11,700 trips, has a 4.97, I think, rating. I mean, absolutely phenomenal rating, especially for a driver taking that many trips. And 3 times, I guess, over the last 3 years, something like that, of his Uber career, 3 reports, Uber permanently terminated him. And I mean, there's no recourse. There's nothing you can do at that point. Uber has permanently terminated the partnership with this gentleman, and that's it. And he's like, what am I supposed to do? That's the problem with ride sharing. I feel that's one of the major problems, one of the major pitfalls of doing this as a full-time income is the fact that you can be terminated at any point in time for anything. All a passenger has to do is just want to get a free ride and report that they smelled marijuana or could smell alcohol and that you were driving recklessly. That's it. So what do you do? Well, this is very important. This is what this video is about. This is extremely important. So please take this video to heart. And of all the videos I made, this is probably, at least as of right now, one of my top videos. You need to share this with your fellow drivers, okay? Because a lot of people don't think of what can they do in this situation. When you get that notice from Uber, it's too late. So what are you supposed to do if something like this happens to you? Well, let me tell you. First and foremost, you're going to get notified by Uber that somebody reported that you were intoxicated or something, driving under the influence. Now, instead of doing what a lot of people do and just waiting to see what happens, you need to immediately go down to a clinic, a hospital, whatever. And I know this is going to cost money out of pocket, but if you rely on this for your income, you don't have much of a choice. You need to go and get a blood test and or a urine test to verify that as soon as you got that message, within, I don't know, a half hour to an hour, you were at a facility, you got your test done, and it came back showing that you were clean. You then submit that to Uber, preferably going to a green light hub, where you can actually talk to somebody one-on-one and show them the test results. That is how you respond to an issue like this. Now, many times people don't think of this. They wait for a few days, they wait a week, and then Uber comes back and says, we're going to go ahead and let you drive again, or, you're permanently terminated. And at that point, you can't prove anything. Alcohol goes through your system rather quickly. So it's very important that if you were reported for being impaired in any way, shape, or form, if you want to keep your job, you need to go pay for that test. Get the blood test and or get the urine sample. Now, if it was me, I would probably do both because I would rather be safe than sorry. I would probably get the blood test, I'd probably get the urine test, and then I would take those test results straight down to the Uber Greenlight Hub. And if you don't have one, at that point you would need to email it. But I would get those results in immediately so that you can fight back and keep your job. Now, should you have to do this? No, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Passengers are scamming the system. It is ridiculous. Passengers don't care that this is your only income. Passengers don't care that you have a family to feed. Passengers just want a free ride. Or if you had a disagreement with your passenger, they just want to get you fired. Now, unfortunately, this is the sad reality that we live in today, okay? This is what it is. So if you need to keep your job, you're going to need to go get that blood test and or urine sample and get those over to Uber. Now, I'm sure the same thing applies to Lyft as well, but it seems crazy to me. I don't hear anything about Lyft drivers being deactivated. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of a single driver on Lyft being deactivated for driving under the influence or being suspected of driving under the influence. This really seems to be a problem with Uber. So please, I beg you, share this video with all of your fellow drivers, all of your local groups. Get this video out there because people need to know if a passenger tries to screw you, you can fight back. You're not up creek without a paddle, all right? You got to get that test done. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, stay safe out there, and Uber on.